pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
Hello, Savvy investors out there. This is your boy, Stephen Van Kallenberg, the Savvy Landlord, and you just tuned in to the Savvy Radio Show. Today, I'm going to cover negotiation skills. Negotiation is everywhere, with your children, with your spouse. Everywhere and anywhere you are negotiating. So I'm going to drop 12 tips to help you with your negotiation skills. I got a class coming up at the end of the month. You might want to check it out. Go to classokc.com and you can find out the date and time and all that funness. I would love to see you there at the class, but let's get down to business. We got 12 tips I'm going to drop on you. Number one, pretty obvious. Some people know this, some people don't, but let the other person speak first. Don't just throw out a number. You'd be surprised of the first person speaks usually loses. For example, like you're thinking you want to pay $50,000 for the property and you're so excited, you're emotional, but if you just listen and not speak and let the other person throw out a number, you'd be pleasantly surprised that it could be $45,000 and you just made $5,000 by not speaking. So think about that. Tip 2, stop talking and start listening more. Power is listening. You want to know as much as you can about the situation, about the person that you're negotiating with, but they tend to like you more. If they like you more, if they talk more, they like you more. So don't talk. Listen more than you talk. It's powerful. Information is powerful. That's the most important thing, I believe, in negotiating. The more you know about the situation, about the other person that you're negotiating with, the better. It's an edge. That's where I think a lot of people go wrong. They just start negotiating because they think they know what it's worth, but your goal is to solve a solution. To solve the problem. You're the solution. And how is that? You're willing to buy their property. So you need to be a detective. Know everything about the situation, about the deal. When I look up a property that I'm about to purchase, I find out every detail, how long it's been for sale. Is the couple divorced, getting a divorce? Why are they selling? Have they been divorced before? I look up their name in the county records to see if they have filed anything or have been sued. You name it, you want to know it. Everything. I Google up their name. I Google up their phone number. I want to know their blood type. The more information that I know about the situation that I'm about to step into, the more power that I have. Tip number 4, give and receive concessions. All right. So this one is pretty give and receive. Okay. I don't know if it's simple, but don't just bow down. Say they want something and you say, okay, I'll give you a delayed closing, but I might need a concession with changing the locks. Does that make sense? Okay, so don't just give. They ask, give, and then ask for something in return. Tip number 5, know your numbers before you start. You don't want to get in a negotiation deal and you're $10,000 off or $50,000 off or even $5 off. Know what your minimum is, meaning what is your bottom line? That's the most I'm going to pay. So you're able and you're happy to walk away and you're not surprised. You don't want to be surprised in negotiating at all. Tip number 6, create rapport. Always be genuine. Try to create a win-win situation. I believe in the rapport situation, I'm always try to be as genuine as possible. It's difficult when I see a property that's out of control and that of need of repair, and I'm offering a low ball offer. They're just thinking that I'm being mean. But I try to create rapport and explain why I'm offering so low. Number 7. Okay. After inspections, ask for a concession. So here's the situation. I bought a property. It had 2 structures on it. It was a realtor that was handling it. The situation was that I couldn't see the back unit. And when I ran my numbers, and it was, I knew going in, I did all my research, that how many days on market, it was over like 200 something. They were motivated. I knew that the listing realtor wasn't so savvy. They were part-time. So I thought it was odd that we couldn't see the back unit. My realtor tried to hook it up, couldn't make it happen. Well, I just submitted an offer for $55,000 for the both units. I'm like, this can't go wrong. Well, they accepted my offer. I thought that was kind of weird that they just quickly accepted my offer. Well, during that process, there was a disgruntled tenants. They moved out during my inspection period. Well, I got access into the unit, the back unit. I took tons of pictures. I figured it out with repairs. It was roughly $8,000 to $10,000 worth of repairs. And I asked on the back end, the concession, $5,000 for the repairs. Basically, I'm going to walk away from the deal unless you pay $5,000 off the contract price or do the repairs, which is $10,000. And I knew they were motivated, and boom, they took the concession. It actually lowered my LTV, and I got in the property with no money down just because I asked for the repairs after closing. Now, keep in mind, you got to be skilled at this situation. Not that I'm any better, but you have to have a good realtor explain the situation, and it's just kind of a timing deal. So you can't just like get something under contract and then try to beat people up at the closing or after the inspection period. But just a tip for you for negotiating. All right, there you go. Number 8, if you don't ask, you don't get. Seriously, obviously, but a lot of people, I realize, don't ask, and that could be anything. I ask to move certain closings at certain times so I can get the most rents and close on a certain date. So my mortgage payment is, instead of next month, it's 2 months. Tip number 9, find the reasons. Again, find the reasons why they are selling the property or why you're in negotiating. Why are they at the flea market? To sell wares, to make money, okay? But if you show up at the flea market, say at noon, and they've been there for 4 hours and they haven't sold anything, they're going to be a lot more motivated to negotiate, and you can negotiate down a lower price. Why is this transaction happening? Find that as an answer. All right. Number 10, here's another easy one. Expect to compromise. Not every negotiation is you're always the winner and they're the loser. You can't operate like that. You got to operate with the mindset. I'm trying to purchase this property. They're trying to sell this property. I'm trying to build rapport. Yes, I am trying to get it down as low as possible. The lower I get it down, the more money per se I make. But I also compromise as well, where I did a deal and I didn't get the rents in, and it was roughly around $400 or $500. It didn't break me, but I just compromised so I can get the deal done. Number 11, terms can be as important as a price. In negotiating, if it's an owner financed, I'm willing to pay more. Terms are better than the price at times. Delayed closing, I can put a lower down payment. Say a normal bank may require 20% down. In this transaction, maybe I can only require 10% down. It's kind of one of my favorites as well. Number 11 is, remember, terms can be as important as the price. And number 12, write a personal letter with your offer. Hi, I'm blank and blank. This is what I'm trying to do. And I've noticed, here's tip 12 that will get you juicy. I've run into a lot of newbie realtors per se that not necessarily work with real estate investors. And I have actually written offers for them, and I've just emailed it to them, and they just changed it up a little bit, maybe put their name on it and send it off, and I've purchased property that way. So the goal, what's your goal? Your goal is to get the best price. Your goal is to negotiate. Your goal is to create a win-win environment for everybody, and you can do that with these 12 tips. It is my pleasure to share these tips with you. If you thought it was entertaining, whatever, or you liked it, or you like the savvy landlord or the savvy investors or whatever we're trying to do, just let me know. Send me an email. Come check out the class. It's coming down at the end of the month. Go to okcclass.com or classokc.com and check it out. Have a great day. And always remember, she's about to say it, buy assets.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.